Let's take a look at Scryfall's syntax portal to glean some of the search potential offered by its controlled vocabulary. There are 25 headings under syntax to address the wealth of variables on a Magic the Gathering card. For our purposes, let's focus on three simple elements: color, type, and mana cost. Color, as stated, is a crucial element in Magic, as it indicates which kind of mana, which is land that functions as money, you can use to cast spells, which cost certain amounts of specifically colored mana, corresponding to land or mana type. Hopefully, the concept of mana cost and using certain colors or types of land to pay for spells, like creatures or enchantments, makes sense to everyone. Now, Magic the Gathering is a game with a dense mythology that's been building since its inception in the early 90s. And with that, there are certain universes associated with certain color identities. The Esper universe, for example, is associated with white, blue, and black mana, or plains, islands, and swamps. I bring this up to give an example of how syntax can be used to perform specific searches. We've already talked about the two considerations of building decks around commanders: color and ability. Let's take a look at an Esper commander, the legendary wizard known as Zur the Enchanter. As an Esper entity, he has the color identity we just discussed: black, blue, and white. With that in mind, let's look at some syntax for color identity. C: indicates we will be searching for color. Does this remind you of anything? It reminds me of searching within a database, especially EBSCO Discovery Service, and filtering to search only within a certain journal by using the command jn:. From here, we have shorthand for colors, which we can put in after C:, which corresponds to the first letter of each mana type, except for blue, which uses U, since black also starts with a B. So, we're searching for cards to build a deck around Zur, our commander. What would you say our syntax command for color might be? You could do C: U B W, and now would probably be a good opportunity to say the Boolean operator AND is assumed in Scryfall. Not is indicated with a minus sign, and OR is always also OR in Scryfall. But we can simplify it even more to ID: Esper, because Scryfall recognizes the designation for color identities in certain universes. But let's refine this more with a comparison symbol. We can use enchantments with any combination of the color identity of Zur, and because Esper represents three color identities, we'll use the comparison symbol ID is less than or equal to Esper. That way, we won't just be pulling up the limited amount of cards that contain all three color identities, but may only be one or some combination of the three. So now we have a color query, but that is not the end of our search. Let's read Zur's ability in the main body of the card. Whenever Zur the Enchanter attacks, you may search your library for an enchantment card with converted mana cost 3 or less, and put it into play. If you do, shuffle your library. Given this ability, what card type best complements Zur the Enchanter? Enchantments, right? Not only that, but we want enchantments that cost 3 mana or less. Now the syntax for type is found easily enough. T: will pull whichever type follows it, and you can just put in the stem of a variable, enchant, to pull enchantments. Which reminds me of Smucker's passage on automatic indexing, and more specifically, conflation and stemming. Next, for mana cost, we are going to use the term CMC: to indicate controlled mana cost. And once again, we can enter a comparison expression, like greater than, less than, equal to, or a combination, which we will do here. CMC is less than or equal to 3, to indicate controlled mana cost is less than or equal to 3. Now, when we combine our color designation, type desired, and controlled mana cost filter, we get the expression ID is less than or equal to Esper, T equals enchant, CMC is less than or equal to 3, which should give us some great complementary enchantments to use with our commander, Zur the Enchanter. And voila! Here they are.